What is going on, guys? It's been a hot minute for real, for real. I know myself and D-Rod have been disappointing. This is a fact in terms of being consistent and posting content for you guys and getting together and talking about everything that's been happening and all that kind of stuff. But as you know, life goes on, distractions. Everybody got stuff they got to do. D-Rod living in LA, it's hard, with both of us and our scheduling and everything that's going on in our life. So I decided that, I'm going to try to keep the ball rolling. I got a good little group of people around me that are going to help me out and hopefully can, keep putting out this content for you guys. And, hopefully you're enjoying it. And, yeah, we can just kind of shoot the shit. Always welcome to hit the DMs on Instagram for the Culture Crooks podcast. Shout outs and questions, that you want to see appear on the episodes. Like, feel free to ask. Don't hesitate. But I do want to update you guys on some new information that has, come to light. I have a new sponsor. It's my boy Sauced. It's a weed. It's a vape. It's a concentrate company, some really fire products here in Vegas. I've been very fortunate, thanks to my manager, my homie John, for putting this connection together. Really cool group of guys, really good products. I really like the logo. I don't know, there's something about it. I just like it. It looks good, smokes good. I can't complain. That's the benefit of working with good people. You're gonna get good product. You're gonna be able to just enjoy. At the end of the day, I smoke. If you don't know me, but I smoke a lot. So it's definitely a big help to have them in my corner. I'm excited to go into my next fight, repping them. And yeah, moving forward, I'm excited for that partnership. And you guys already know I got N2BM. That's my supplement company. We got the best of the best when it comes to, your organ protection, your body, everything that you need to put in there is in one bottle. We, myself included, but we sat down and we just wanted to have the best product on the market. It didn't matter the cost. We just wanted to make sure that we were putting the best things in our body. No China crap, no garbage materials. Every single product in here is, scientifically backed, studied. And yeah, it's important. It's important to put the right stuff in your body because nowadays it just seems tough to do it. Everywhere you go, you hear so much, corruption in that world, whether it be food, supplements. So I want, everything that I put in my body for the most part, maybe except for the weed, but for the most part, I like to make sure I'm putting healthy stuff in my body. And, we made sure to come up with what we felt was, exactly that. This product's been around for some time now. And yeah, jump on N2 Guard. If you guys want to get some deals, some discounts, holler at me. You know where to find me on social media. And then, of course, for you little limp dick bitches that can't get your dick hard, we got a test booster right here. It's another product, all natural. This is never going to get you pissing hot with USADA like the homie. Nah, sorry about that, D. But nah, that was a tainted supplement, by the way. He's never, ever cheated in his life. Has nothing to do with my products. Unfortunately, he took a pre-workout that had some traces of something. It was so minute, but unfortunately, he tested positive and he's got to go through, his suspension now, which sucks because we all want to see him fighting, but we're all excited to, to see him back in the new year. But yeah, HC Generate, another super dope product that we did a lot of research and studying for. And like I said, all natural ingredients. I had blood work done before I started taking this product. And then 3 months later, I had blood work done again. And my score went up. I didn't do much different except take this. My diet was the same. I ate the same way, fucked the same way. So the only thing different was this. It was a cool little alternative to see with my own eyes. It wasn't some false bullshit. It was nice to actually be able to see the numbers and be able to link it to exactly why and what it was that was, giving me results. So happy about that. Happy about the company. Happy about the product. So like I said, if any of y'all want to reach out, learn more, find out more, feel free. No, I'm never afraid to talk or share information about, the stuff that I take and put in my body because at the end of the day, I'm able to do what I do because I feel good. The day that I start feeling shit and run down and I can't get up in the morning and I feel like dog shit, then that's the day I'm probably not going to be fighting no more. So as long as I feel like $1,000,000, waking up feeling good, got good energy, got good recovery, My mind feels right. So, you know, all of that is in collaboration with the products that I take, with the foods that I eat, and the way that I live, you know? So, again, I know there are a lot of people out there. I was like that. When I was a young kid, I didn't know what to eat. I didn't know how to eat. I didn't know how to train. But it's all about learning. There's so much information out there to learn, to find the stuff out. You don't have to pay anyone. You literally can find it yourself. So that's just one of those things that I was always very curious about, and I always wanted to just like have an edge over like people that I train with or people that I competed against or with. That I was like, okay, if I can have a little edge, whether that be like because I know my nutrition better, or because my supplement intake is better, or even just my recovery protocol is better. These are all things that will get you that extra 5 seconds off your time, or get you jumping higher, or just making that play in a game. You just never know. So for the athletes that are listening and the people that just want to overall feel good and be better, holler at your boy if you need some info, and I got you. But yeah, moving on. With myself, like, what the fuck have I been up to? I fought back in May against Raymond Daniels, the GOAT. He fucking incinerated my nutsack, and that was like a whole new experience that I'd never experienced before. So that was like something I had to go through. I was super close to like not continuing with the fight. It was 30 seconds into the fight, and man, I was just like, I just really wanted to compete, but my nervous system just was shot. Like, I don't know if many people have ever been like completely vaporized by a ball shot, but if you try to recover from that and like try to like fight how I fight, it just didn't work. Like, I couldn't, my body and mind were not connected. There was like a lag. There was like the gaming term when you're lagging. I was fucking lagging. I was delayed, and against someone as good as Raymond Daniels, you can't have that. So it sucked, but it was cool to also go all 3 rounds with him and know, deep down, I know I can beat this man. And yeah, it just wasn't my day. It wasn't meant to be. But, ever since then, I've just been training, resting up, getting some injuries, kind of healing some injuries back up, and just getting ready for the next chapter, next, adventure. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe a few days away from announcing a pretty big announcement. I'm waiting on an opponent, but it's looking like will be making my bare knuckle MMA debut with Gamebred. Just waiting on an opponent now, but it looks like that's going to be happening November 10 in Biloxi, Mississippi. So that's exciting. I'm super excited for that. Never done bare knuckle before, but I started bare knuckle. You know what I mean? Like, when we started off in karate, there's no gloves, so there's bare knuckle, and then of course fighting on the streets, there ain't no gloves either. So I've definitely thrown some hands without gloves, but it's definitely been a minute. I've been a professional fighter for 7 years now. So I've been in the gloves for a minute, but I'm excited for this opportunity. My teammate and my buddy, Brandon Jenkins, he just fought against Anthony and Jaquani. It was fight of the night on the last Gamebred card. If you haven't seen it, it was fucking fire. I would definitely go back and watch that fight if you haven't. Jenkins, the human highlight reel, is my dog. Like, that guy, that guy is an exciting fighter. He just brings it every single time he gets in there, and I love watching him fight, and he's just an awesome dude as well. So definitely go check him out, check out his fight. And yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this opportunity. I think it's going to be a little bit different. That's the whole purpose of this. I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm a fighter at the end of the day. And my goal is to compete in all the facets. Like, I want to box. I want to do bare knuckle. I want to do MMA. I want to do karate combat. Like, these are all the things that in the next 3-4 years of my life that I'm dedicating to. And these are the things that I want to pursue. So right now I'm teamed up with Vayner Sports, great management company, and my boy John is managing me and taking care of me and getting me right. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what the future holds the next couple of years. Start making a name for myself in these other avenues, and then hopefully get some big fights and some big opportunities, because I still truly believe I'm one of the best strikers on the planet. And I feel like I haven't even really got to showcase that. So I'm excited for the bigger shows, the bigger opportunities, and yeah, stay tuned. But what's even more exciting is on December 15th in Las Vegas, Karate Combat is coming here to Las Vegas. I believe, I'm not confirmed on the location, but I think it was MGM, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't hold me to that. But I know for sure they're coming to Vegas. They've already reached out and talked to me, and I told them I am 100% available. If anything were to, if I was to be injured or something like that, obviously that would be the case. But at this moment in time, I'm trying to go back to back. I'm trying to compete as much as I can. So I'm excited for this opportunity. Karate Combat and I have a good relationship. They know that I'm down to fight. You don't have to give me much notice. I'm always down. And then with this bare knuckle opportunity, I've been like low key getting ready for it. November 10 isn't too far away. So yeah, just refining, making sure I'm in good shape, and it's gonna go out and put on a performance. Haven't thrown elbows in a while, so definitely excited to showcase a lot of elbows. And just getting dirty, dog. Like I'm a bit of a dog, bro. I like going in there and I like to finesse. I like to put people away without having to get touched. But sometimes like it's okay to get in there and just let the dog out, And that's what excites me. That's what gets me pumped for fights, getting ready for fights, and getting ready at Syndicate, and always got good people to get ready with over there, and a couple buddies fighting in the UFC. Got some fights lined up, so yeah, we're gonna have some good training and getting things off. Gonna kick off the end of this year in the best way possible. That's basically my goal. Finish off this year with 2 wins, get paid, enjoy Christmas, and then get ready for the new year. This is gonna be a big finish to the end of the year, and I'm excited to get it going the beginning of next year. I feel like next year, I just have a feeling next year is gonna have a lot more events, a lot more fights, a lot more shows. So yeah, I'm pumped for that, and super pumped to just compete. That's what I'm excited for. So what's been going on? There's been a big gap in, shit that's been happening since we last came on. So obviously everybody is aware Sean Strickland, the new, middleweight champion of the world, beat Israel Adesanya. Who would have thought? I'm sure a lot of people didn't expect it. I was like on the fence, but at the same time, like I've trained a lot with Sean Strickland. And I've never personally trained with Israel. Obviously only spectated and watched him compete, but I hold him in the highest, regard. But I always knew Sean was an incredible fighter, but I wasn't sure if he was at that level, going in. But, part of me believed like he could get it done. Sean is like one of the most hardest working fighters I've ever met. The man spars so much, but his style makes it best suited for his ability to put in that many miles. His cardio is incredible. And just experiencing him, face to face in a sparring situation, he has some of the best Wing Chun defense in MMA. He has this ability to just block everything, make you miss, get you a little bit tired, land a couple jabs here and there, some body shots, and then the next thing you know, he starts to just kind of, level up the gears and just kind of ramp it up, and then all of a sudden, he's just putting it on you, and it's pretty much exactly what happened in the Izzy fight. He was able to defend pretty much all of Izzy's shots. I don't think really Sean got hit with anything clean. And then, of course, when he dropped him at the end of the first, it was like, holy shit, like, he can do this. And, but yeah, it was an amazing performance. I'm again super happy, for him, and he deserves it. So I'm super interested to see like what's gonna happen now. Is he gonna have to rematch? Is he gonna fight a different contender? It's definitely got some options. It's exciting, and I like Sean. I like the controversy Sean brings. Even though in my opinion it's not even that controversial, but there's so many soy boys and betas out there that'll bite on it and cry a river over some bullshit. So it's nice to see that. He's a real American. He's patriotic. And to be honest with you, this is my insight on Sean. He genuinely wants the best out of everyone. So everyone that's around him, he wants to be successful. He wants the best for them. That was my experience training with him. He brought the best out of me. He took me to another level in terms of my abilities, fighting wise, which I will always like hold like very close to my heart. Like if I can get better because of somebody, that's amazing, and he's that guy. So he may talk shit. He may make you feel, some people break on the way that he treats people, thinks he's mean, thinks he's a bully, whatever. But if you can kind of just, ignore that and just keep showing up and keep working, like he'll gain the respect, you'll gain his respect, and you'll start to get better. Simple as that. So it was awesome to see. It's awesome to see him reap the benefits of all that. And hell yeah, it makes me feel good too, because I used to get my ass kicked by a world champ. So it makes me feel good to know where my level is at as well and where it can be. You know, it's a crazy sport at the end of the day. But it's all about certain things. You know, everything has to line up. You know, Sean may have never even gotten that fight if it wasn't for the fans, you know, calling for that fight. So obviously the fans are amazing and super grateful. He's super grateful. I'm super grateful that he got that opportunity because that's dope to know someone that's now a world champion, you know, like personally. But that's kind of the lifestyle in Vegas. You're walking around world champs. I remember when Francis was walking around and when I was in the UFC, I would always, you know, fist bump him and kind of like, holy fuck, it's Francis Ngannou, UFC heavyweight champ. You know, it's just like, but you just see him like it's just every other day, you know, and you used to see Aljamain all the time and, you know, Marab's in our gym always. And so all these guys are just regular people, you know, the regular, you know, awesome people that you just see who are all just striving to get better every day and make money in the sport and, you know, grow their brand and fucking enjoy life. You know, that's the cool thing about fighting, man. It's just like it's enjoyable. Like I know from the outside it seems kind of crazy, but it's really an enjoyable lifestyle. And especially like, you know, if you're dealing with a lot of problems and stuff like that, it's a good way to just kind of like take your mind off of things, you know, and just like focus on what matters, you know. And like at the time you can't be focusing on other things because another person is trying to knock you out. So it's like you're fully dedicated to what you're doing at that time, and it gives you that discipline, that gives you that fortitude, you know, going through hard shit. If you can push through hard shit, then nobody can break you, you know. So these are the kind of mentalities that you develop through fighting, you know. I had this mentality from a young age through sport. I love sport, and I was fortunate to be trained by the highest levels in the sports that I played. So when I transitioned into MMA, I truly believe that I have a very, very tough mindset. Like I don't feel like I can get broken, you know. So that's just always kind of the mentality that I've always felt around the other fighters that I see, you know, very interesting people from all over the world with a different viewpoint, a different upbringing. But the one consistency you'll see is they're very tough-minded. They're very consistent. They're very dedicated. So once you see that, you can kind of tell who's going to be a successful fighter and who's not. Because there are a lot of fighters who, you know, mentally they can't do it. They're talented as fuck. They have all the ability, you know, power, athleticism, look, you know, everything that you could possibly want. And then all of a sudden, you know, and then in the gym, they're fucking killing everyone and whooping ass and just looking like a superstar, like a superhero. Then for some reason, when they, you know, on fight day, which in my opinion is the worst day, because like you basically got to wait like all day until you got to fight, and it's kind of boring and it's weird and it's just like you don't know what to do with yourself. You have like this energy. So I feel like a lot of people in that time fucking lose it mentally. They beat themselves up mentally in that time, and then next thing you know, they go out there and they pull out a dud. They have a shit performance, and then everyone's like, bro, what the fuck? So I've seen that personally happen a lot of times. So, you know, mentally it's super important to be on it. And yeah, I love to experience it day in and day out as a professional fighter training with, you know, the best in the world. But yeah, shout out to Strickland. Happy to see him get it done, and I'm excited to see him defend. Moving on to another fucking sick fight that I watched, Tang versus Superlek, Muay Thai with one championship. Man, if you guys didn't see that fight, go watch that fight. As if you guys know Tang, he's a fucking monster. And then if you don't know Superlek, he's also a fucking monster. Superlek actually came and trained at Syndicate, I believe. And the Yo Cowboys, like that whole squad, are in town right now training with Billy Bigelow, our wrestling coach. They got in a S&C conditioning session this morning. I just saw on his story. That's dope. That's super dope to see like that crossover. You know, Johnny Parsons, who's actually our Muay Thai coach, and he's got a fight in the UFC coming up against Uros Medic. He's a Yo Cowboy. He's been a Yo Cowboy for a while. So he's got a very good drip attire these days. When you see Johnny, he's looking fucking dapper, man. I love the color coordination of the Yo Cow stuff that he wears, that he trains in. It's yeah, I like it, and I hope Yo Cow keep providing him with the gear because he's looking fly. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that scrap for Johnny. And yeah, back to the Superlek and Tang fight. So I believe Superlek didn't make weight. I also read something or heard something online that he like eats rice during fight week, which is like the opposite of what you want to be doing, and then will go run with like a sweatsuit on until he like can't like see anymore, like until he makes weight. So apparently his nutrition is like non-existent, and he could definitely make weight, but he needs to be on that. That's like typical old school Thais. Like they literally don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's crazy how many fighters don't know how to cut weight. Like it's actually insane. Like the highest level people can't cut weight properly. Like I'll even throw him under the bus right now. Why do you think I'm always in D-Rod's corner? I'm trying to help that fool cut weight. But he never fucking listens to me. Motherfucker never listens to me. But after our last weight cut, we'll see if he listens to me this time. Because he saw how my man's, when he cut weight, it's like he's gonna die. And then when I cut weight, I'm just like chilling. You know, like I'm hitting pads the night before weigh-ins. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to do it properly. Hey, I should start a service on how to fucking cut weight, because I could fucking make some money on that. So if any fighters out there having trouble cutting weight, I will give you free advice. You know, just so you could pass on how good my advice is, because I've been cutting weight since I was, I want to say 23, 24. That's when I first cut to 170. I walk around like 200, 205. So that's 35 pounds, you know? So I've done it every single time without any kind of problem. I felt good every time. So yeah, don't fuck around with weight cuts. But back to it, Tang and Superlek, fucking 6 scrap. A lot of people thought it was a controversial decision, thinking Tang won that fight. Personally, I don't see how Tang won that fight. Obviously a close fight, but I thought Superlek definitely got it done. He was landing way more low kicks, putting hella pressure with those elbows. He dropped them as well. So yeah, it was a 6 scrap. Superlek was the bigger fighter. But yeah, I'm liking what One Championship's doing with these Muay Thai fights and some of these crossover fights. Buddy of mine, Fabricio Andrade, is fighting Jonathan Haggerty. That's the 135 champ at 1, going over and fighting Jonathan Haggerty in Muay Thai or maybe kickboxing. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but one or the other. But still, that's super exciting. Fabricio is someone that used to live in Hong Kong. He eventually moved to Thailand. He trains out of Tiger, but I've worked with him before. I've held pads for him, before fight. And someone his size, he hits so incredibly hard. He's a very powerful and very, very fast striker. And then now he's like evolved his game to where, you know, he's able to keep it standing. He beat John Lineker twice, in my opinion. The first time, obviously, was I think it was a no contest or whatever because of a nut shot. He broke his cup with a knee, but they rematched and Andrade got it done. Yeah, he's a killer, man. I love Andrade. He's young. I feel like he doesn't get a lot of attention, but I feel like he's someone that should be getting a lot of attention. He's very talented. So yeah, I'm excited to see more and more from One Championship. They definitely have a lot of exciting fights, potential fights, especially in the lower weight classes. A lot of these high-level Thai guys, fuck, super sick, super sick. So definitely tune in. I know there's a One Championship card this Friday, so tune into that. We'll get into that card a little bit later on. So let's talk about the UFC this weekend. The main event, Rafael Fiziev versus Matthias Gamrot. I was excited for that fight. Rafael Fiziev is one of my favorite fighters. I like to also consider him a friend, someone that taught me when I lived in Thailand. I lived in Thailand for a year, and I was at every one of his kickboxing classes. I loved learning from him, and he used to hold pads for me as well. I used to do a lot of pad work with him. Some of the best pad work I ever got actually was with Rafael. And yeah, I was super excited for his fight. It was a total bummer, obviously, for those that watched and saw. He tore his ACL, I think, in the second round. He was throwing a kick. I believe he probably got it hurt off of something earlier. Credit to Gamrot, of course, but it sucks always when somebody goes down injured in the fight. Tom Aspinall was another example of that where he went down due to a knee injury. So sometimes it happens, man. What we do is crazy. It's a lot of load on the body. So yeah, it sucks for him. Obviously, he's going to be on the mend for the next year to come back. But this leaves Gamrot in an interesting spot. I mean, Gamrot is such a high-level grappler. It's insane how good he is. It would be interesting. He called out Charles Oliveira, so that would be interesting to see him, to get that kind of opportunity. But, yeah, Charles has got a bigger fish to fry in Islam Makhachev, and that's equally going to be exciting to watch too. I still think Makhachev gets it done. I think he's too big. I think he's a weight bully for 155. He's too big. We'll see how much longer he has at 55 before he goes up and challenges people at 170 possibly. super fights, stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely exciting to see how the lightweight division changes and moves. And then, of course, if you also missed it, Bryce Mitchell versus Dan Ige. That was the co-main event. Bryce Mitchell coming back in after his last fight against Ilia Topuria. That was a fight where he didn't look like himself. He said he was dealing with some injuries, some personal problems, but he came back in ready to go for this fight against Dan Ige. And he's a relentless grappler, super strong, farmer strong. He got that, he got that persistent ability to get his hands on you, get you to the ground, and get good position. He mounted Dan Ige, he got his back. He presented enough to get the win. And in my opinion, securing a takedown and holding someone in position, doing no damage, in my opinion, shouldn't win you a round over someone who's able to crack you and then open you up. That's just my opinion. Sure, it can go both ways. I'm always going to be anti-grappler. I'm kind of biased, but it's just one of those things where I feel like and I know on the scores, on the way that judges judge fights, damage is number one, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't see any damage done to Dan Ige, but if you look, I believe he had a cut above his eye and below his eye, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So he had he got a pretty good. Dan Ige landed some good shots. I think in the first and second round, he landed like the biggest damaging shots. And then for sure, Bryce Mitchell won the third. So yeah, call it as it is. I'm sure the people that back Mitchell are happy with it. But yeah, let's ignore the fact that he got this win, and first guy ever to come crazy shouting freedom in the middle of the cage with the Bible. Interesting look. I wasn't allowed to even rock a fucking Hong Kong flag, but I wonder who's gonna drop the Quran next, or maybe we're gonna see some Torahs. I don't know, but that was different. That was a bit unique. I don't know if now they're gonna ban religious documents from entering the cage. The UFC are always tiptoeing that line when it comes to that kind of stuff, because they don't want to ruffle any feathers, lose any business in places where people are paying to watch the UFC. So they got to take care of themselves. But it was funny. It was interesting to see. I'm excited to see Bryce Mitchell fight again. I'm not sure who. I heard on social media he's trying to start up a farm with Sean O'Malley. So that'd be interesting too. See how that goes. But yeah, overall, this weekend's fight card, betting wise, I thought it was going to be a pretty good weekend. I thought there were some definite, okay, that's a for sure win. I thought there were a couple of those, but man, I've got friends that will hit me up and be like, bro, do you have any picks that are for sure guarantees, 100% are going to hit? And I'm like, bro, there are no guarantees when it comes to sports betting, dude. Especially in MMA, just anything can happen, And I'll give you an example. It was Cody Brundage and Jacob Malkoun. Malkoun was a minus 600 favorite coming into this fight, and I had all the reason to believe that he was going to go out there and destroy Brundage. After Brundage's last fight against Cedricus Dumas, it was an absolute shocking performance, and he didn't even look like he wanted to be there, to be honest with you. And then this fight was short notice, so coming in, I thought he was just coming to collect a paycheck before the UFC released him. And let's just say 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the first round, it was going exactly as I just said. Complete domination by Malkoun, and it didn't look like it was much longer left for Brundage before he was going to get finished or quit, for that matter. And Malkoun had a leg lace up against the cage on top of Brundage, and he was landing pretty serious ground and pound. And then as Brundage was going to kind of turn, and then all of a sudden his back of his head became, visual to Malkoun's strike. As he was throwing an elbow, lands on the back of Malkoun's head. One shot, and then the referee stepped in and said, wait, that's an illegal shot. Split, everybody back up, get in your neutral corners. And I'm like, okay, no warning, no, nothing of that nature. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe he's just going to warn him, say, can't do that. Maybe a point deduction, first round. So then I'm thinking, fuck, if this fight doesn't go through, maybe he can't continue, they'll call it a no contest. And of course, to my horror and demise, Malkoun said he couldn't continue. So, not Malkoun, sorry, Brundage couldn't continue. So he opted to not continue, and the referee, disqualification loss to Jacob Malkoun. So minus 600 parlay crash, and that sucked. Like 10 times out of 10, Malkoun beats Brundage. So the fact that it ended that way, disqualification, was a super bummer, like super bummer. So that's just an example, guys, of like betting just in anything, in any sport. But I prefer to bet in fighting. There's less variables that control the outcome of a fight versus, say, like football. You have how many referees and how many players. There's a lot of variables, right? So one guy, one fucking dude can throw a flag on a play that changes everything. Same in basketball, multiple referees. You've seen in the past super like dodgy calls where somebody clearly gets fouled, they don't call it. And there's been instances of corruption. So all of these things are risks and things that you have to take into consideration when you're betting. So that's why the fight game is something that I'm much more confident in picking and betting on because of that factor. Sure, sometimes the judges, they're the worst variable because they can ruin everything when they make terrible decisions. For example, Valentina Shevchenko, she won that fight. And they called it a draw. So, there are variables like that are out of your hands, but for the most part, there's a winner, there's a loser, and if somehow it ends as in a draw, you get your money back. Soccer, that's not the case. You can also bet the draw, football. So yeah, you just got to kind of, in my opinion, play it that way, try to increase your statistics. And someone like myself, I'm so head on in the game. I know, I watch everything. I do my research. I personally know a lot of fighters. So I'm able to kind of understand, like, if I see this fighter and I see that fighter, and if they were to go head to head, like, I get a good idea for the most part. I like to think I'm pretty accurate with that kind of stuff. So yeah. So again, the fight picks did not go well this weekend. Obviously that Malkoun situation busted me, and then of course my homie Rafael Fiziev tore his ACL. So it's like none of those things can be predicted. None of those things can be foreseen, and unfortunately, yeah, you got to bite the bullet sometimes on that and just be like, fuck, it's just one of those days. On to the next one. So yeah, it was just it was unfortunate in that regard, betting wise. But we have a break this weekend from the UFC, but that doesn't mean that there aren't no fights. There's actually a ton of fights. And if anything, if they're for you guys that only watch the UFC because it's the UFC and you're a bunch of suckers to a brand, go and watch some of these other fights this weekend. One championship on Friday. They got some fucking sick fights. There's more lady fights on this card, I believe, but we're talking some high level, ladies are getting down. Someone I mentioned earlier, John Lineker, he's going to be fighting against Stephen Lohman. So that's another fight that I would definitely keep my eyes on. And then Danielle Kelly, for you jiu-jitsu fanatics, she's like a super high level grappler, jiu-jitsu practitioner with one. She's got I'm guessing this girl Jessica Khan from Cambodia is probably getting submitted very quickly. That's one thing I will notice with one. They definitely throw really high level grapplers against people that aren't really high level so that they can put on a performance, because when you put two high level jiu-jitsu practitioners against each other, a lot of the time nothing fucking happens. It just like everyone just look, especially for a neutral fan or someone that doesn't really know the sport, they just looking like, what the fuck are they doing? So they want to see finishes, they want to see submissions, they want to see action, and I believe Danielle Kelly is going to bring that pretty quickly. And then we got Smilla Sundell. She's like super young. She's like the youngest Muay Thai champion ever. She's 18 years old. One championship champion from Sweden, fighting against Alicia Helen Rodriguez, who is a monster too. She's older. She's 24. But she's also a little Brazilian beast. So that's going to be an exciting fight. She has a win over Stamp. Stamp Fairtex, who's also an absolute monster. So I would definitely tune in for Alicia Rodriguez and Smilla Sundell. You know, that's going to be a scrap. And then in the main event, we got Stamp Fairtex, who's like a huge draw. People love to see Stamp. They love watching her entrance, dancing. And then not only can she do that, she fucking hurts girls. She beats the shit out of some girls. Wicked kicks, high level Muay Thai. Her MMA game has evolved, so she's really well rounded, and I like her. I think I enjoy watching her fight. Her last fight against Elise Anderson when they made their U.S. debut in Colorado was fire. I really enjoyed it. I think the American fans are behind her too, and she's taken on a tough Korean veteran in, how do you pronounce this? Hiham Seo or Seo Hiham. I don't know the order. You know, the Korean names can be tricky sometimes. But yeah, that should be I'm assuming Stamp's probably going to whoop her ass, if I'm being honest. But, you know, I'm sure that girl has probably some proficiency on the ground, and she's probably going to try to take Stamp there. You know, good luck to her. She's probably going to eat a ton of knees. Her record is 26-8 for Seo Hiham. And, like, dude, that's no joke. That's fucking 34 professional fights. She's 36 years old, so she's 11 years older than Stamp. So she definitely has the experience here. But, yeah, I definitely think Stamp's going to have her way. So definitely tune in for that on Friday. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it should be 5 p.m. over here in Vegas, Pacific Time, West Coast. So, yeah, that's going to be a card on Friday that I'm sure not a lot of people have heard about. So if you guys are bored or you guys want to see some scraps, definitely tune in and check that out. And then on Saturday, this situation kind of annoys me. It's PFL Europe, right? But not only is it PFL Europe, they've got some fighters on this card that are like going to be stars. And for some reason, they don't have a stream for the US to watch this, which I think is like stupid. Like, PFL's, from what I understand, are an American company. How else are you going to promote your fighters by not being able to give one of your biggest audiences viewership? So very strange, you know, very, very strange. It's a 13 fight card for this PFL Europe. So guys, if you are trying to watch this card, it's going to be on Saturday morning. It starts 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then, you know, it's going to be 8 in the morning start in Pacific Time, West Coast Time. So I would definitely try to find some illegal streams for this. There'll probably be some online, I'm sure, coming out of Europe. So I would definitely jump on this because there's some exciting fights. And if you can get some betting lines on these fights, I'm telling you, there's some fighters on here that you can make some money on. There's a couple fighters I know personally, and there's a couple fighters that I've watched from afar. And I'm excited to see them go in there, man. We have a couple ex-UFC fighters on this card. Luigi Vendramini, he fought Paddy Pimblett, I believe. He's fighting on the card against a French fighter, Yazid Shokan. That's 9-3. They're both 9-3, so that's a good fight. Then we got Loriano Strapoli. He's also another former UFC fighter fighting against Baba. Excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce this dude's name. Bunju Najombe. He's 8-4 against 12-5 Stariopolis. So that's going to be a high-level fight right there. Bro, and then another teammate, a guy that used to train at Syndicate, Italian fighter. He's 10-1, Francesco Nuzzi. He, in his last fight, won by head kick KO. It was beautiful. If you check out Francisco's Instagram, yeah, super sick KO if you want to see a dope head kick. So those are just a few of some of the fights. Simeon Powell, he's a big star coming out of England. And then we got a young lady by the name of Dakota Dikcheva. Forgive me on the last name, but she trained at Syndicate. She came to the U.S. and was, you know, I saw her training in our gym and was pretty impressed. Have been following her ever since, following her career. And, man, she's a killer. She goes out there and she got some serious stand-up. Her mother was a professional Muay Thai fighter, and now she's evolving her game for MMA. She's 8-0, undefeated, I believe. Going into this fight, she's going to remain undefeated. She's a killer. She trains really hard. You know, you can check her out on Instagram. Dakota's putting in some serious work. She has a really tight-knit group of family that they're putting in the work, and she's putting out the results. So I'm excited for this card, man. And then This isn't even in the main card. Like, we're talking Cedric Doumbé. Like, if you guys do not know who Cedric Doumbé is, you're missing out. This guy's, like, I don't know how many time, multiple time world champion, glory champion, kickboxing world champion. And now he's 4-0, making his way into the PFL, into MMA, against another French fighter who's 4-0, Jordan Zebo. So this is going to be an interesting matchup because personally I know nothing about Jordan Zebo, but I know everything about Cedric Doumbé. So yeah, this is going to be a super, super, super interesting card. I'm super surprised that this is not airing in the States because it's exciting, man. Like, almost every single fight on here, except for like the first two, are like minimum like 8, 9, 10 fights. You know, these guys are high level fighting over in Europe, PFL Europe. So definitely excited. Definitely tune in. And if you can see some fights on the betting lines for PFL Europe, I would definitely throw some money on Simeon Powell, Dakota, potentially, who else do I like on here? My buddy friend Francesco Nuzzi is another one that I would add in there. You know, those are 3 picks right there that I would throw some bills at. So definitely take a look at it and try to tune in and watch this card because it's going to be a banger. And then today, it's Tuesday. In like 2 hours, we got Dana White Contender Series every Tuesday. That shit's always fun to watch, always fun to bet on. You know, I actually trained with one of the guys that's fighting today. He's a heavyweight. We actually sparred on Thursday. Nothing crazy. We were just moving around, but very athletic Russian heavyweight. His name's Alexander. He's fighting a Brazilian guy. I'm not 100% sure about this Brazilian guy, but based on what I saw and what I've seen on the record of this Russian fella, I'm assuming this fight is going to go under 1.5 rounds. I think that the Russian's going to get his hand raised. He's pretty athletic, pretty dynamic for someone his size. Very, very dynamic with his striking, and he tried to wrestle with me a little bit too. I could feel his strength. So yeah, excited to check in some of the Dana White Contender Series fights as usual every Tuesday. So yeah, tune into that for sure. And then yeah, this weekend, you know, the big masterclass fight, Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. Canelo hasn't fought since, or maybe I'm wrong here, but I believe, wait, has he fought since Bivol? I think, no, Dimitri Bivol. I can't remember if he's fought since then, but don't hold me to it. I believe he hasn't. He says he wasn't himself going into that fight against Dimitri. He said he had some injuries. Leading into the fight, it happens, in the fight game. And at the end of the day, a week away from a fight, you don't want to pull out. So I can understand that. But he definitely wants to run that one back. So we're expecting a big performance from him this weekend against Jamel Charlo, who is, no scrub. He's a tough fighter, tough boxer. But yeah, definitely going to be tuning in for that. There's a lot of action to watch this weekend fight-wise. So the UFC is not everything, I promise you guys. Even though it's fucking great. I love the UFC. But share your love to all the organizations, all the fighters, because we're doing the same shit as everybody else. We're all just training, trying to get better, trying to make that money, and just trying to, pursue our goals. So tune in, have fun, and yeah, check it out. Let's talk Misfits Boxing. Misfits Boxing just had an event. A guy that I'm familiar with, Ben Bain Davis. He's a commentator / Twitter MMA personality. He fought Anderson Silva's son, Gabriel, in England. And, there was a lot of hype going into this fight and a lot of chit-chat here and back and forth. But, yeah, I don't know how these fights seem to happen. If there's any influencer, YouTuber, Twitter person that wants to fight me, please reach out. Let's fucking do it, I know I don't have the biggest following in the whole world. I know it's all about followers and all this bullshit, but now I'm going to be more consistent with this content, hopefully grow some shit. I would love to fight fucking Dylan Dennis. You want to fight that fool boxing, I'll fight the Paul brothers. I'll fight any one of those fools in a boxing match, an MMA match. I genuinely don't give a fuck. But if I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't think they would fight me. That's the difference. I don't think they would want to fight me. That's how I feel. I hope I would be wrong. Maybe I got to start underperforming and putting out bad content, because then they'll get confident. Because, Dylan Dennis has no striking. It's absolutely a joke. And even in MMA, I'm sure he's awesome on the ground, whatever. But I just don't see a guy that causes a lot of problems in MMA. I mean, he hasn't fought in years, and I haven't been impressed with his performances in that time that he has fought. So, if any of you little Twitter homos want to fucking go, we can go. I'm more than welcome. And even if you don't want to make it to a big show, come to Vegas, come to Syndicate. We can spar any day of the week. We spar Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if you don't want to come on Tuesday, Thursday, I can make a special day for you. You just sign a waiver, and we can go have fun. You know, like that's it. And we can go and film it and show your boyfriends and girlfriends how garbage you are, and then call it a day. You know, so I don't know. I don't like this field getting into my world, into my sport personally. I think it's actually disrespectful. Because you got these guys who are just fans. They don't train for real. They just have big mouths. They talk, blah, 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 get views, say controversial things, do dumb shit. And then they get these massive opportunities. And then they look like fucking jokes. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to go and fight at the highest level, take that shit serious. It's no joke. You know what I mean? And then everyone's like, oh, he did so good. He tried his best. Oh, well done. Fuck out of here, bro. A grandma can go and do the same shit you did. Like, it means nothing. Oh, he went in there and he gave it his all. No, his all was so trash. Like, it is not even fucking worth paying money to see. Like, it's actually a joke, in my opinion. So if anyone wants to turn that reality on me and say that, they can get the upper hand on me and beat me, then fucking let's do it. I like a challenge, but I don't think I'm gonna get that call. If it ever happens, fucking holler at your boy. But yeah, Logan Paul, Dildo Dennis, fucking bunch of queers. Don't give a fuck about them, honestly. Logan Paul's a scammer. Probably takes steroids. WWE, who gives a fuck? Jake Paul, I actually have respect for Jake Paul, but go fight someone legit, dog. Tommy Fury was the closest legit dude you've ever fought, and he had his way with you. So go fight someone legit. Nate, in my opinion, too old, not legit. All these dudes that you fought, too old, not legit. Get someone young. Get someone in their prime. Beat me, knock me out. If you knock me out, motherfuckers will be like, okay, this guy's in his prime years. He fought at the highest level. That's respect. I respect that. If you go and fight someone that's a current pro in MMA, that's fighting actively, I don't see how anyone could get upset about that. But if you keep lining up these 40-year-old dudes, who are just collecting paychecks, I don't think it's going to look good. But again, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's all fucking bullshit at the end of the day. It's all about views, likes, controversy, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, if there's ever an opportunity, holler at your boy. Yeah, I'm going to pass KSI Fury. Generally don't care. Fury's going to smoke KSI. Another joke. Go sell your drink and laugh like a weirdo like you do. Yeah, generally don't like KSI, personally. He annoys me. Just his face annoys me. I don't like the way he laughs. I don't like the way he pretends to be a boxer. He supports Arsenal. Hate them. So yeah, just overall, don't like this guy. But let's talk about the real fight. Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Now that's a scrap everybody wants to see. Very interesting fight. Francis Ngannou training with Mike Tyson, gonna corner him, which is like fucking epic in itself. And then of course Tyson Fury is an absolute monster. I really enjoyed the Netflix series where they basically a reality show following him and his family around. How he lives, how he operates on a day-to-day basis. I enjoyed it. I think Fury's a cool guy, and I love Francis too. I think Francis is awesome as well. So I would love to see MMA get one back on boxing. It'd be amazing if somehow Francis pulled this off, but I just think it's too hard, bro. Fury's too good. He's too big. He's like designed to be a boxer. Like his body is like his like muffin top protects his vital organs. His arms are so long. He's so tall. He's like just like made to not get hit. So it's the perfect situation. But again, you have someone with nuclear power. All it takes is one shot and it's over. So yeah, I'm excited for this fight for sure. In Saudi Arabia, they're getting paid. Francis is getting that money, so that's good. You always want to see that, When people, I don't understand haters, bro. Like, I want everyone in the MMA community to make tons of money, because if everyone in the MMA community is making money, then I'm making money. You know what I mean? Like, Conor McGregor did it. All of these guys now are starting to try to do it, and I think they need to. People like Sean O'Malley, people like Francis Ngannou, like in the MMA world, need to show like we are the pinnacle of this sport. We are the pinnacle of this, profession. Boxing has like definitely fallen off a lot. Like MMA is definitely the more popular product, in my opinion. People like it way more. It's not as fixed. It's not as rigged. Speaking of which, Lomachenko and Devin Haney, Lomachenko won that fight and they gave it to Devin Haney and it was like clear. So that shit is scandalous. I don't like it. But MMA at the end of the day, you're fighting the best people as early. Bro, like I fought Impa Kasanganay, my second fight in the UFC. Impa Kasanganay is about to fight for $1 million at 205 pounds. Like I fought him at 170 pounds. How the fuck did he make 170? That dude was so strong. But it just shows you, man, like you just don't know who you're going to face, especially early on in your career. And then you see people, getting to the fucking biggest stage you can get to. And I hope Impa wins, man. That'd be so dope. What a story. If Impa goes in there, goes up 205 and takes $1 million. So yeah, that'd be dope. And it just be like that, man. MMA just is exciting, way more exciting. You got the best fights, you got the best personalities. So yeah, always gonna have to say MMA, Team MMA. Let's go. So yeah, on to different things now, different sports. NFL is back. The first thing I want to talk about that's like on the top of my head right here, Nick Chubb, man. I had him on my fantasy football team a year ago, and he was fucking good, bro. Super good. So I'm watching. This year I'm not playing fantasy football, so I was just watching Red Zone. Actually, no, I'm lying. I wasn't watching Red Zone. I was like doing something, or I was somewhere, and someone sent me a video of Nick Chubb's leg injury, dog. It is the most gruesome injury I've fucking seen in my whole life. It's so gnarly. Like when I saw it happen, I was like, this man will never play football again. Like if he does, it's gonna be on like some what's that dude's name? He's a quarterback. Smith? Was it Smith? I think so. I can't remember. But that dude's leg was like all mangled and shit, and he came back. Bro, that's just so savage. But fuck, man, all the best to Nick Chubb in his recovery, because if you haven't seen that video, yeah, you're gonna see. I think we're gonna try to put it up on the episode, but bro, it's gruesome as fuck. So viewer discretion is advised. But yeah, it's savage. And then, yeah, like, fucking Aaron Rodgers tearing his ACL like 4 plays into the season. That's a fucking bummer for the Jets. So they're like literally in like crisis mode trying to find a quarterback because Zach Wilson is complete booty hole. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Jets can like, find someone to replace the quarterback position and maybe get some offense going, because their defense is stacked. Like they do amazing on defense, but when it comes to their offense, they can't move the ball and they look like I said, a booty hole. But another thing that's like making the rounds on social media right now is like such a massive deal is to all you Swifties out there, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the Kansas City tight end, is apparently dating Taylor Swift, and it's like making all the news, and everyone's like, oh my god, it's so exciting. Like, oh, like who gives a fuck? Honestly, who gives a fuck? It is what it is, but that's the world we live in. Everybody wants to know what famous people are doing, I suppose. But we'll see how it goes, right? I mean, it's very likely that Taylor Swift in like 6 months or a year or 2 years is going to have a whole album about, how garbage the Kansas City Chiefs are or tight ends are. You're going to hear it for sure. I have a feeling. Because I don't think Travis Kelce is that guy. I don't think he's going to like, I don't know. I don't think Travis Kelce is that guy that's going to be wifing up Taylor Swift. I just don't. There's just something in me that I just feel like this is going to be short term. So let's see. Everyone get your popcorn ready. No, I'm fucking with you. I genuinely don't give a fuck. But literally it was all over my social media. I'm trying to like look at Twitter and shit, and all I'm seeing is that. So that's why I'm suggesting it, mentioning it. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song? Shake it off, shake it off. No, I don't know. Fuck, but I actually genuinely like that song. Taylor Swift has some catchy songs. I'll give her that. But I'm definitely not a Swiftie. Don't give a fuck. And I can't. She is like the Michael Jackson of today, though. I'll say that, because I think she's got to be like one of the most criticized, but also one of the most famous people in the world at the moment. Like no one in the world. Like you go ask someone in like fucking, I don't know, China or like Europe. Oh, do you know who Travis Kelce is? Like, no. Ask them who Taylor Swift is. They're like, oh yeah, and they'll probably sing you like a couple of her songs. So it's big, I guess. in that on that scale. So we'll see what happens. I wonder if the Swifties like, Travis Kelce. I heard his jersey sales are up 400%. So thanks, Taylor, I'm sure the Kansas City organization are super stoked to have you. They'll probably give you a whole box every time for home games. So yeah, it's interesting to see how much of a financial fucking implication dating at the highest level, like literally that's dating at the highest level, can have. So it's interesting. I'm guessing all the Taylor Swifties bought Travis Kelce's jersey. So yeah, that's interesting and kind of funny at the same time. But yeah, also another result on the weekend, we had the Miami Dolphins, 70 points to 20. It was like a basketball game against like USA against like Angola or some shit, or USA against like Taiwan, 70 to 20, dog. Like in a football game was crazy. Like Miami was just destroying them. Like Denver Broncos just looked terrible. So that was crazy. That's literally like super emasculating. And then I had a sick parlay for the NFL. I think it was 7-teamer. 6 were in the fucking money. And then I got fucking the New Orleans Saints. They're up 17-0 at halftime. I'm like, yeah, we good. And then all of a sudden it's 18-17. Fucking Green Bay come back. And Jameis Winston leads New Orleans to a 46-yard field goal to win the game. And guess what? Motherfucker misses the field goal. Oh my God. And bro, I'm losing my shit, bro. Like, I was so fucking pissed. Like, fucking right dead center too. Wasn't even bad weather. So that's what I'm saying, bro. 6 out of 7 teams. Fucking 17-0 up at halftime. Lose 18-17 and miss a game-winning field goal. Like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, gambling is just so brutal sometimes. But that's the game we play. You just laugh and move on to the next day. That's just how it be. But, I want to move on now more into, like, I guess, real world. What we seeing. There's a quote that I like that I used today. Natural stupid. Like the problem that the world is facing right now is natural stupidity. Like the level of stupidity that I see on a day-to-day basis is so fucking insane to me. Like it genuinely makes no sense. Like I would want to say in the last 5 years, the level of stupidity is so high that honestly, it's going to be kind of like, I'm scared for what's going to happen in the next 3-4 years because it just keeps leveling up. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean on the level of stupidity I'm talking about when we go into some things a little bit later. But it's just one of those things where, bro, it shocks me. And then mix that in with artificial intelligence, right? So you have natural stupidity and artificial intelligence, right? It's kind of funny to talk about because now we're getting to that point where people don't even want to think anymore. They want someone else to do it for you. And with artificial intelligence, bro, that shit's crazy for real. That's not gonna be a good look when robots are telling you what to do. And our fucking own brains cannot function and fucking tell people what to do. It just makes no sense to me. AI is great in certain things, but I would have no problem if it didn't exist. Like everyone's we need robots to do the job for us. We need to do this. We need to do shit as human beings. We don't need to stop doing shit. Like when you stop doing shit, you die. When you stop moving, you die. Now all I see is people don't want to do nothing. They literally want a drink and food delivered to them while they sit, and then they can eat and then somehow sleep there at the same time. They minimize all physical function, and it's insane and it's super sad. Super sad compared to what men 30 years ago were like. Fucking 50 years ago, there was no such thing as obesity. It's crazy to see. And then now we're getting so fucking soft. Yeah, with artificial intelligence, it's just it it shocks me, bro, because there's going to be a small group of people that are going to control that, and then everything else is just going to be like, nobody does fucking all. So it's scary. I feel very fortunate. I grew up in Hong Kong. I was not influenced by nobody. I was just kind of given a palette of information, and they were just like, do with it what you want. And I was always very inquisitive. I always asked a lot of questions growing up. I was always very intrigued, and I've always loved America. America has always been, like, in my mind, in my eyes growing up, like the best place in the world, And from the last, I don't know, 10 years, it's heavily decreased to being a fucking shithole. And it's all because of what's happening with, the mentality of people. Everyone now has mental illness. Everyone's depressed. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's got all these crazy viewpoints that don't make any sense. It's like, guys, focus on what's important. There's very small things that are important in life. Your health is important, right? Your money is important, right? Your community, family, friends, these are important, and then your well-being, happiness. Like, in my opinion, these four, I mean, there's obviously lots more, but those four are very important, at least in my mind. So it's like when I see everyone else complaining about all these different things that are really irrelevant, especially with like minority groups, very small percentages that are very irrelevant in terms of the big picture, and they're focusing all their energy on that. It's like, bro, like get your house in order before you can go and take care of these extravagant ideas and processes. It's like, make sure you have a good relationship with your family. Make sure you're having having social interactions with people. Make sure you're feeling good and you're healthy and you're eating right and you're exercising. You're getting enough sun. You're doing shit. You're being active. And these are things that I believe like are just the minimum to like living a decent life. And then of course your job and making money and all these things are also important. But if you're not happy, if you're feeling like shit, and it's because of the actions that you're doing, like, you need to reel everything in and focus on yourself. Social media now gives everybody the focus of everybody else. People need to like ignore it and just focus on themselves. And then when you feel good, like I have friends that have like mental health breaks from social media so that they can get their shit in order and then get back on and feel good about it. Me personally, I've never had to deal with this. I don't know what that means. Mental health, like, I don't feel depressed. I don't feel sad. Like, of course you go through things that are, upsetting and shit, but I have a mentality. It's like, I control my emotions. I control how I feel. You have a situation, it presents itself to you. No one can control how you feel except you. So if you go into that situation and you're going to come out of it all negative and sad and upset, obviously that's how you're going to feel, right? But most of the time, man, at least for me, in my mindset, it's like, fuck, that sucks. Like, I lost a fight. Fuck, what am I going to do? Who am I going to blame? There's no one to blame. Oh, I'm going to cry about it. The fuck's that going to do, you little bitch? Like, that does nothing, dog. Like, so I go out there and I tell myself, look, it's in the past. We're moving forward. It's not happening again. Let's work. Just keep pushing forward, because dwelling on bad situations is never going to get you where you want to go. You have to fucking delete it. You have to let it go and move forward. I've been in terrible situations in my life. I've been in places I've never ever wanted to be in a million years, and nowhere I would ever want anyone to be in. But you think I sat there for 16 months and said to myself, I'm depressed every single day. I hate my life. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to exercise. I'm just going to sit here and be miserable. Fuck no. Why? Why would I do that? I had all the ability to do what I wanted to do in that time. I read 163 books in 16 months. I averaged 10 books a month. I was reading the Bible. I was reading shit that I would have never even imagined I would ever read. And I'm not even a religious person. I was just interested in the text. These are just things that you're able to do within yourself. You have the control. The human body, the human mind is very powerful. You can do a lot, just simply by imagining. I sat in a prison cell imagining myself living in Las Vegas, fighting in the UFC, having a home, having a family, having all these things that I want to achieve, which are very, very easy to achieve if I want to. But you have to put it into motion. You have to believe it. You have to want it. And you have to work. You have to grind. There's no one that can sit there and say, oh, I'm going to get everything I want and feel like it's worthy. You know what I mean? Like, you could be the richest family in the world and you get everything you want, but you sit there, most of those motherfuckers turn out being the worst. Look at Hunter Biden. Like, that dude's fucking all over the place, and that guy's probably had everything his whole life. So it's like, it gives you a kind of a perspective of like, if you go out there and work, it builds something, it builds character, it makes you a better person because you know what it takes and you knew what it took to get to where you want to go. Because then you can look back and say, fuck yeah, I did that. You know, like, no one can take that from you. You know, that's yours. So that's how I've always thought. Like, regardless, like, even if there's a motherfucker listening to this right now and he's like, fuck you, you're useless, like, you haven't done shit. It's like, okay, that's your opinion. But for me, I can sit back and say, like, fuck, like, the life that I've lived has been amazing. Like, the life that I've experienced, the life that I've, you know, been able to go through has been something that I would wish on everyone. You know, like, I wish everyone could experience what I experienced because I've been so lucky. You know, I've been so fortunate to do so many things that I've loved, but I've also been super fortunate to be put in situations that I wouldn't want anyone to go through, but because I just couldn't control it, there was nothing I could do, had to go through it. And you know what? It made me a better person. You know, these are the things. You got to go through shit that is hard. There's something about human DNA. Like, you got to go through hardship to, like, come out on top. You can't just be passive your whole life. You can't just be like a wet blanket that does nothing. You got to be able to push even when you feel like shit. So yeah, that's my, like, little inspirational rant. Yeah, you know, these are just things that I'm noticing, and I'm seeing, like, a lot of young people, you know, looking up to certain people, and I'm like, man, like, you don't want that. You don't want to be that guy. Like, you know, that super toxic masculine guy. Like, there are things that these guys say that are great. Like, there are things that I'm like, you know, be a strong man. Like, you know, believe in yourself, work hard, get strong, make money. Like, yeah, for sure. But it's like, be a good person, you know, like, work hard to make people around you enjoy your company and want to learn from you and want to hear what you have to say. Because at the end of the day, there are people out there that just going to want to make money off of you. You know, like, they just want to take your money and then just fucking laugh about it at the end of the day. Like, you know, for me, I don't give a fuck. Like, doing this video right now, it's not about making money. Like, I'm just trying to build something for the future that I hope people can get a benefit from and, like, kind of follow my journey. Because, like, to be honest with you, this journey that I've had up until this point, it's barely been documented. Like, sure, like, you know, I've gone through processes, I've traveled, there's, you know, news, there's videos, blah, blah, but I'm talking, like, my opinions on things, how I'm feeling in these moments, so that you guys can relate, you guys can feel, and you guys can understand, like, the shit that I go through, the shit that other people go through. Like, I hope to bring on fighters. I have a young man standing right now, or sitting behind the camera right now, my homie Malik. I brought him into MMA 5 years ago in Hong Kong. I consider him my little protege, someone that I hope to develop into not only a awesome dude, but a fucking sick fighter. So he moved to Vegas. He's my guy. He's like he's under my wing. So yeah, we're just gonna, your guys will see him in front of camera and more on my media as well. And I'm excited just to kind of, like, pass on that torch or information that's gonna help anyone. You know, like, I'm not a hater. I don't give a fuck. Like, if someone's doing better than me, fuck yeah, that's great. Like, that motivates me to do better. You know, so there should be never, like, stagnant. We should always be trying to slightly elevate 1%, 0.1%, whatever it may be, every day, just getting better. So that's what I'm looking for with my content, and trying to just kind of push, you know, whatever I can to help people. If you want to make money betting wise, we make money. If you want to fucking get some fight advice, you got fight advice. If you want to fucking get some life advice, fuck, I'll share that too. So, you know, that's kind of the purpose of what I'm doing with this. And, like, D-Rod and I originally wanted to do that together. And, you know, just because of, you know, logistics and life, it's one of those things. But I'm a vocal guy. I need to be in front of the camera more. I think I need to, like, express myself more, because that's the world we live in as a fighter. This isn't something that I'm passionate about. Like, oh my God, I love being in front of the camera, everyone look at me. But I feel like I have stuff to talk about. I have a story to tell, and I feel like it can help people. So if I can do that, then fuck yeah. Like, that works for me, and I'm gonna continue doing it. So yeah, so moving on from, we obviously talk fight stuff, we talk some sports, and then my little heart to heart, let's get confidence. And then now we're going to talk on some of the funny shit that I've been seeing, like some of the news that's breaking, some of the funny shit that relates to the natural stupidity that I was talking about. The one thing that I'm excited that I saw recently, they're rebooting The Office. So big fan of The Office. Big fan. Honestly, the best Office is the British Office, the original. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it, definitely need to tune in. Oh, speaking of movies and TV shows and shit, I was in a movie that just released last month in August. It's called 3 Days in Malay. I believe you should be able to find it anywhere if you type that in on YouTube. Cowboy's in it. Rampage Jackson's in it. That was my my Hollywood debut, so to say. We filmed that in Thailand. I'm in the opening scene, so you can watch like 2 minutes of the movie. That's all you gotta see, because I'm in the opening scene. But nah, yeah, it's a decent movie. Some cool people in the movie, good characters. It's a true story, based on a true story that did happen. So it's cool. Check it out if you ever wanted to watch a movie and you'd be like, I listened to that guy. So yeah, that was my first movie. I love the experience. I'm hoping there'll be some more opportunities down the road. My dream would be to like be a crazy bad guy where I like can have like super psychotic scenes in movies and like savagely kill and like fight people. Like that would be a dream role in a movie. I think I would nail that shit, like on some Heath Ledger shit for real. I can get crazy. But yeah, super excited for rebooting of The Office. I'm excited for the new season of Rick and Morty. I believe it comes out in October. That's my favorite show. If you don't know, Rick and Morty is my fucking jam. I'm good friends with an artist. Have a lot of Rick and Morty stuff. So yeah, big fan of the show. Looking forward to that. So first thing I want to bring to our attention, I was scrolling Twitter and I seen this video. You guys know Britney Spears, obviously. Everybody knows Britney Spears. But, with the whole conservatorship and, like, her father, like, taking control of her finances and operating her life, everyone was like, oh, free Britney, free Britney. I'm kind of, like, against that now. I feel like she should be back in that conservatorship because this video that we're about to play is so ridiculous. Like, I couldn't believe it, man. Like, my one buddy thought it was AI. He didn't think it was a real video, like had to verify that this was a real video, but it turns out it is a real video that she even comments on and says the knives aren't real. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Britney. I want to smoke what she's smoking because she looked like she's having a great time, fucking dancing with knives in the middle of a living room, and she got like a pink stripper pole doing some weird dances. I don't know what she's up to. She must be hella bored. But you guys have got to also realize, right? She was the Taylor Swift. She was the Michael Jackson. She's was the most famous person in the world, right? So imagine how difficult it is for her to just do day-to-day tasks. Go to the grocery store. Go to the pharmacy. Go to 7-Eleven. Like, bro, I get high as fuck and go to the grocery store. Have time of my life. Maybe that's what's missing in these celebrities' lives is like being able to operate on a normal level. Like, there's nothing better than just going for a drive and then fucking pulling up at a shopping mall and just going for a walk with no intention of buying anything, just go for a walk. Oh, maybe I'll go grab a coffee, just doing stuff. But this lady is probably trapped in her home. She got people outside her house trying to take photos of her at all times. And then she's just like, the fuck else do I do? I'm crazy as fuck. Like, it's like you're in your own little prison, like mentally and physically. So I can kind of understand where she's coming from. I've never experienced this. I've never experienced like fame. Like I've experienced like people like recognize me. Oh, can I get an autograph photo? Cool. Like one or two people. Everybody else has no idea who I am. I'm not a famous person, but I would never want that. It's cool. Fans are amazing, but like to be harassed to like go and do normal regular things, that would suck. And like people need to realize that like for famous people, like if you were that person, you went from a regular person to a super famous person and everybody wanted your nuts in their mouth at all times, bro, like it's gonna be really stressful. And I'm sure like mental illness and anxiety and depression all stems from that kind of behavior because it seems toxic. I've not experienced it, but from the outside it seems toxic, so like as crazy as this video is and as crazy as she seems to be, like I can also kind of feel bad for her at the same time, like she was or is, I don't know anymore, but was an incredible artist, incredible performer, but I feel like with that level of fame, you get like fucking crazy, and like if you're not around good people and yeah, you just kind of fucking fall off. So yeah, that video is pretty wild. I'm not sure what's going to happen after that, but yeah, pretty wild. But what I was mentioning before, talking about, natural stupidity. This next video that I saw is literally the definition of natural stupidity. Okay. So let me just describe what's going on in this video, right? So there is a man at the drive-thru, and it seems like there's a little like skerfuffle a little scuffle between the worker and the client, the customer. So the customers like seems to be like throwing like ketchup packets or napkins at them, and then they're throwing it back, kind of back and forth for a couple seconds. Then one lady who's working there decides to pull out a gun. This is the lady working at the drive-thru, pulls out a gun and shoots at the customer. Now, I know everyone in the world outside of the US thinks the US is absolutely fucking insane for having guns. Yes, it's understandable. I grew up outside of the US. Nobody around me had guns. Even though I loved them, you know, I was a big fan of like the military and like Navy SEALs and, you know, fucking AR-15s. I had BB guns. Like, I loved that shit. But I could never understand it. You know, like, oh, fuck, like someone could just shoot someone, you know, like it never really crossed my mind until I moved to the U.S. and started going to school here. And you know, of course, I understand the First Amendment and I you know, the Constitution and all that stuff. And I believe in it, you know, but at the same time, how can you let people that are so fucking crazy have guns? Like, that's another, you know, that's the number one argument that, that people internationally have with this stuff. You know, there's no hate against Americans. I know plenty of Americans that should have guns. Completely normal people, you know, they keep it in their safe. They keep it at home. They're not fucking around with it. If there's ever a situation that presents itself where they need to use it, they use it. You know, that's the purpose of it. There should be no other purpose. So for this lady to decide to shoot at a customer because he was throwing, I believe the reason that this fight ensued was because they forgot his curly fries. So the customer didn't get his curly fries that he ordered, pulls up to the window, starts bitching at them back and forth, throws stuff at them, like some ketchup packets. They throw it back, and then young lady decides, all right, I'm going to shoot this fool. Like, where in your mind do you decide that this is the right thing to do? You know? So, beyond crazy. Just, I couldn't believe it, honestly, when I saw the video. So, you guys will see it yourselves. It's just, yeah, unbelievable. I'm assuming that this lady's going to jail. Like, there seems to be no way you can't after that interaction. It's all on camera. So, fuck, that's wild. But last but not least, this little clip right here. So I've been seeing a lot of news and media stuff. Obviously, they've been talking about it for a while with TikTok. You know, China stealing our data. My sister actually sent me something earlier this morning about there's a Chinese app and it's stealing data, this, that, and the other. But personally, I'm like, the fuck are they stealing from me? Like, you know, my data is like, whatever, dog. Like, you can see all my shit. I don't even care. Like, I don't even got nothing, like, nothing dodgy, nothing weird. Like, you know, so I'm like all open to you taking my data. If you're trying to expose me, I fight half naked in a cage. I don't think there's anything really there that, you know, there ain't no dick pics, and even still, that's only just a good advertisement. So I'm not too worried about China stealing my data, but I feel that way about a lot of Americans too. I mean, like, what are they hiding? I mean, there are going to be some people hiding things that they shouldn't be, but I'm going to show you this video right now, and you tell me, do you think this is important data for China to take? Because I don't know. This is, you know, glizzy gobblers. So let me know what you guys think about this video. But yeah, nah, you know, overall, that's kind of what we're running through today. I have no idea how long today's session has been. It's been, I think, over 30 minutes. So it was dope to get back in front of the camera. That light just turned on magically. There's a ghost in the crib, but no, it was good to chat. It was good to get back on. I enjoyed that. Good to talk, and yeah. Thanks again to everyone that, you know, supports and follows. Again, I'm sorry that it's been so long since our last episode, but I promise, I know I've said it like probably 10 times, but Malik is going to make me more consistent. All right. So I'm going to make sure to try to at least do at least one episode a week, you know, and then from here on out, please, guys, send me questions, send me shit that you want me to talk about on the podcast, feature, videos, clips, whatever the fuck it is. Like, I'm down with it. Like, let's talk about it. Let's fucking bring it on. Like, I'm with it. So from now until I do my next episode, which is probably going to be at the end of the weekend, maybe Monday, Sunday, something like that, I'm gonna have like, yeah, I know the light again. I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna be talking about, a bunch of more content, more funny shit. This was a little bit more just an update on what's been going on, a little bit more with the fights and stuff like that. You know, finishing things off here. You know, just happy to get back out, get the episodes going, more consistent basis. I did like last second ask on the the Instagram page, Culture Crooks Podcast, if you guys had any questions. We got a few questions, but I'm going to save the majority of them for my next episode, but I'm going to answer one question, which I found kind of funny, but a good question. From Jackboy2. Have you ever sparked up before a fight? I have. I wouldn't say right before a fight, but the day of, I've smoked weed. And I've also taken mushrooms. I've taken mushrooms before a fight too. The day of the fight. Honestly, I smoke all fight week, the night before. Usually, I like to just not smoke the day of the fight. But I've kind of fucked around with it. Sometimes it feels good to do it in the morning. And it just like helps pass the time a lot better, more comfortably. But for the most part, I like to be pretty clear-headed. Like laser focused on fight day. At least like it depends on the kind of weed you smoke. Me personally, there's some days that I can smoke and I'm like laser focused, and then there's some days I'm like in a haze, in a fog. So I try to make sure to eliminate that fog, because that's like my worst enemy. If I'm feeling delayed or not reacting well, then yeah, it's not a good look. So yeah, to answer your question, Jack Boy, yes, I have sparked before I fight. I usually smoke weed before I go practice. You know, I have my sauced vape that I will happily hit before I hit the gym. So it's something that I prefer. It's something that I enjoy, and I like the way it makes me feel. And yeah, to each their own. Some people don't. Some people do. My boy D-Rod does, for sure. Smokes like the fattest fucking joints before we go train, and you can smell it from a mile away. But yeah, I appreciate the question. Appreciate that big time. And again, guys, hit us up. Keep hitting up the pod, hitting up the IG page, hit up the YouTube. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, show love. Let people know. Share the message. You know, the bigger the community grows, the better it's going to be for everybody. I feel like it's going to be more fun, more entertaining. And again, we're on a journey right here. I'm excited to introduce you guys more to Malik. Show his progress, show what we're working on, trying to get him an amateur fight. There's going to be a lead up for that. There's going to be content for that. I'm excited for that. He's excited for that. Life is good. You know, we're just trying to enjoy ourselves out here. And yeah, we appreciate you guys, because otherwise we'd just be talking to nobody. So appreciate you guys for the subscribers that have been following us from day one. The people that I've met along the way, you're all awesome. Appreciate you guys. Super love. And yeah, we'll kick it next week. Thank you guys.